Join Man-Child Church. Jesus' true church in Acts 12 must be multiplied in all nations, praying against Satan and government as instructed by the definition of the man-child in Isaiah 66, 7 and 8. Prayer works. Wholehearted, serious rod of iron prayer shook up Washington, D.C. in 2011, removed the city attorney from Cloud Sky, and emptied their school administrators who stood against teaching Jesus in school. Each government has innocent people in prison, as seen recently by President Trump's release of innocents from prison both here and abroad. The true church must stay in spiritual prayer, engaging the angel of the Lord to do all of Jesus' gospel and will, casting Satan out of everything he is seen in. This will keep the church constantly in prayer, with believers growing as sons of God instead of backsliding into a social club. The pattern in Acts 12 is to meet in homes as equals before God, with no positions of one over another. Anyone can speak whatever they sense the Spirit of God leading them to say, and the rest can pray silently while one prays aloud to keep the speaker on target to Jesus' absolutely perfect will. Everyone should respect everyone else by limiting their speaking time so everyone present can enjoy praying out loud during the meeting. Typical church meetings last 3 hours, but we should pray to organize meetings so each city will be offering prayers to God 24/7. When the meeting grows too large to fit in one house, let a new meeting start in another home. If someone takes charge, even to invite desired people to their home and ignore undesired people, they must be reminded of the gospel, which is for all people. And the gospel itself has discipline for those who refuse to hear. They should be told again with another believer. Eventually, the church should regard those who ignore Jesus' leadership as godless government workers, heathen and publicans, needing salvation, instead of letting them command God's people in place of Jesus. Satan must never be allowed to rule in church, so prayer over government won't be tainted. It is each one's responsibility to stay pure-hearted before God. Those who successfully obey, engaging the angel of the Lord to answer legitimate prayers, will be rewarded, growing stronger in faith with each answered prayer. Jesus will give you prayers to work in more governments, exercising more talents until we are ready to ascend to Jesus' throne and start the war to cast Satan out of heaven. That is the pre-tribulation rapture in Revelation 12, 5-12. The man-child earns the power to ascend from Jesus by exercising spiritual power and authority against Satan. When we all join as one man to pray Satan out of everything, as we are about to pray that prayer, we ascend. Those who are left behind will teach everyone how the true church operates, so all believers will have the opportunity to ascend to the marriage feast as Jesus ends the Great Tribulation 7 years later. Wishful thinking won't get you to heaven. This is the action plan for prayer, win after win, that leads to heaven, which God has for those who want to follow Him wheresoever He goes. Amen.